This content is a bit different from what I normally do, but I'd like to try to tell the story of a character called Oneiros. I have created this character specifically for this video, and you will be able to experience the journey of this lowly Greek man as he sharpens his abilities and explores the old world. I've decided on the first mastery, Dream, but the second mastery is up to you. Put your ideas in the comments. I'll probably go for the most upvoted mastery. I should probably tell you that I'll stick to close range weapons, no staves or bows or even throwing weapons, and you can decide to give me a useful mastery or to set me a challenge. To be honest, most combinations are somewhat viable, so I'd be fine with any second mastery. Before we start though, let me explain the rule set for this run. Number 1, this will be a hardcore character, which means once Oneiros dies, his story is over. Number 2, I will play with self-found items only, so transferring items from other characters is not allowed. This will also mean that I'll include all drops that I deem special in these videos. Number 3, no farming allowed, neither items nor experience. Once I clear an area, I can't go back there and kill any other monsters. Number 4, buying items other than potions, dyes and scrolls is forbidden. Number 5, scrolls can only be used for artifacts, so no scrolls in battle. Number 6, no cheeky escaping from combat. That means no portal, no reset character hotkey and no logging out of the game during combat. Running away from enemies is fine. This also sets the frame for all the events that I'll show in these videos. I'll include all quests, probably some level ups, some interesting battles and all relevant item drops. And while I was explaining these things, you saw Oneiros battling his first enemies. The first big boss, the Satyr Shaman, or Satyr Shaman, depending on where you come from, is no big deal. I decided to kill his minions from a distance, although you can just run up to all of them and whack them with a torch. But after the fight we get some unspectacular items and we can go back to Diomedes to collect our first reward.
Defeated? Good morning, friend.
Just outside of Helos we get quite lucky with an arcane formula that drops, the Chaos Cube. It has decent resistances on it, and if we can find the ingredients we'll probably craft that artifact. The first side quest takes us into this cave where we can kill 4 satyrs who captured a man named Telis. Oneiros unlocked his first skill already, the Trance of Empathy, which gives a tiny amount of damage reflection and damage converted into health.
A human face. Good fortune finds me.
Telis is thankful but decides to stay in the cave anyways. The second side quest follows right away. A man is attacked by a gang of satyrs and needs our help. This is no big task. The satyrs are still quite weak. Just after that there is a sharp crude spear of agility, which will serve as our main weapon for now. Then, however, we get to the third side quest. A blocked road keeps this man from getting medicine to Sparta. The Satyr Brute is a bit tougher to kill, but still no hindrance for little Oneiros.
The way is clear?
After that we find a man who lost a valuable necklace. So we head into the next cave, kill a Eurynomus, pronunciation still up to debate, and retrieve the dowry. We can then bring back to the funny speaking man. Then we enter Sparta, where Brasidas tells us that we are unworthy to speak to Leonidas, and we should go and kill Nessus to prove our worth.
No civilian if.
Another man, Euthycles, is sad that his friend hasn't made it home yet. So we search for Hippias, find him sitting on a stone and return to Euthycles to tell him that his friend is A-OK.
Hippias was okay?
Then it's time to fight Nessus. The Frostbite Shrine will be helpful during this fight, and after hitting Nessus and his friends with the newly acquired Phantom Strike and its modifier, Dream Stealer, for a few times, Nessus faints and we can harvest the fruit of our heroic deed. We can then return to Brasidas and report Nessus' death to Leonidas.
You killed it.
Go on, don't make...
So you're the one who...
The journey continues after selling the unwanted items.
What is it this time? Bye.
Now I don't know if you've spotted this item already, it is a very unique looking one, but a setter here carries the Storm Strike, an epic bow. We probably won't use it, but it's still an interesting item and I'll keep it in the caravan for now. To show how most battles look like right now, this is a clip of Oneiros beating the life out of the undeads. Granted, he had support from a battle marker, which increases his damage, attack speed, casting speed and even movement speed, but it is always satisfying to watch these skeletons drop. Just before Tegea there is a smoldering Sudis, a better spear with a tiny amount of fire damage, which will replace the crude spear. I spent some more points in strength and dexterity, for now the ratio has been 1:1, so that Oneiros can handle the new spear. At the Tegean graveyard, Oneiros reaches level 8, which allows us to unlock the Distort Reality skill, a powerful area of effect which deals damage and stuns the enemies that it hits. The first real test for the Distort Reality skill follows soon, and Naiad asks us to cleanse a fetid lair. In the lair we find a hero monster, Ishtil 9th Eye, who doesn't stand a chance against Oneiros. The rewards aren't too noteworthy though. We can then continue with the quest monsters, 3 groups of spiders who are responsible for poisoning the spring. There are always lots of yellow items that drop here, but I won't go over all of them. However, I will show what our equipment looks like after checking the items. No need to go over these items too much though, they aren't that special. Upon exiting the cave we can collect the reward for the quest, a nice plus 75 maximum health and some experience. Then there is this fight against Lyman the Vengeful. With some characters this fight can take ages, Oneiros is not one of them though. Distorting the reality and phantom striking under the influence of a Shrine of Mastery proved to be very effective against this hero. As a reward we get Death Scarfs and the Hoi Polloi, 2 items which we most likely won't use in this run. At the Megara coast we find some Legends of Travel, I've fallen in love with the movement speed bonus over the last year or so these will be equipped instantly. In a cave not far from there is the Sanguine Gladius of the Osprey, an item which we can't equip for now. It has a level requirement of 11, but we'll keep it and probably use it as soon as we can. Another drop that is at least somewhat interesting is the Protective Cal Thingy Great Helm of Needles, which replaces the Arachnos helmet. With the Oneiros almost being at level 10, we will then reach Megara, where we'll continue in the next session. As this is the first video of this kind, please tell me what you think about this format. I personally don't enjoy lengthy let's plays, so this is my take on trying to make a regular playthrough interesting. And also, don't forget to tell me which mastery you would prefer to see. It might take a while until I evaluate all comments. For now the Dream Mastery is powerful enough, so we don't have to settle for a secondary mastery just yet. Anyways, that's it for now, and I hope to see you guys in the next session.